Hello everyone, my name is Brady Diaz, and today I'm going to talk about why you will never be able to live freely within the society that we exist under, no matter how much money, power, or influence you may have. Now understandably, you might be asking yourself, what is this kid talking about? Live freely? This is precisely my point. People will not be able to achieve this in their own lifetimes because of one group in particular. You want to take a guess? It's ourselves. A part of Dr. King's speech, Where Do We Go From Here, describes this quite well as he mentions, to offset this cultural homicide, the Negro must rise up with an affirmation of his own Olympian manhood. He goes on to say, as long as the mind is enslaved, the body can never be free. You know, when I was told of this contest and the topics we would be discussing, I can only think of one issue. It's ourselves and the internal issues that we carry today. All of the environmental issues of the world cannot exceed the detrimental negligence had by most of us, as most of us are ignoring important aspects of our own lives for the external issues that are occurring all around us. Some of these aspects are self-love, self-confidence, self-worth, and much more. We teens and young adults are growing without these invaluable assets in our own lives, and as a result, a good few of us are straying further and further away from our true potentials as great people. When we stray away from our true potentials, we begin to steer ever so closer to what I find to be the root of all problems in our lives, the ego. The ego consists of several aspects, but as mentioned from the past, Dr. Wayne Dyer in The Power of Intention, the ego is comprised of your belief that you are what you have, you are what you do, you are what others think of you, and more. When we believe in the materialistic items or the opinions of others, we begin to base our self-worth and self-confidence off of the ego. We allow the environment around us, all the bad problems and negative people, dictate who we are. However, you must understand that you have a final say in allowing such to happen. You have to catch yourself before you fall, as I once did to get to where I am today. When I was 13 or 14, I remember being in a rough state of mind during the school year. I felt awful, not because of other people, but because I didn't know who I was, what my purpose was, nor what I wanted to do in my life. My confidence was shot, my self-esteem was trashed, and I disguised all of my problems under the charade of being a good student with all A's and having the appearance of being happy. It wasn't until my dad gave me a book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek that I began questioning what was going on. I began realizing the problems and tendencies of my own ego, and I began to find the roots of these very issues. For instance, one of my issues was making comparisons of myself to other kids my age and their own accomplishments, and I would feel bad as a result of that. And then I began to act in spite of these issues. Currently, I have a podcast called What Is Life? I'm a photographer. I'm the president of a club at my school called New Mind, New You, and much more. That's the only way change can occur, is to realizing that we humans are flawed, but we are very much capable of creating positive changes in our own lives to become greater people as a result. It takes the courage and willingness to rip off the band-aids of the years and years of preconceived notions and ideals that we've developed since we were kids about who we are and our own expectations for what we're supposed to do in our lives. Even giving up the search for justice is necessary, as searching for such only brings a kind of resentment that isn't felt by those who we seek it from, but only us. In order to distance yourself from your ego, you must seek to let go of a plethora of poisonous things in your life, like your need to be right or your need to win at everything. You must seek to let go of retribution upon society and begin to ask yourself, how can I be better? America must let go of its stubborn focus upon these external issues and begin to look into the mirror to discover what has been happening under its negligence. As Dr. King once said, we must admit that we have some weaknesses and some shortcomings, and we must seek to gain the respect of others by improving upon our shortcomings. The first step to many great things in our lives and for America is self-awareness. It's from this awareness, though, and many realizations in our own lives that eventually leads to finally understanding our purposes. That's what life's about. It's about discovering our purposes through living our lives. Men have pondered for years about what the purpose of humanity is. However, this elusive purpose can only be found by one person: you. Only you are capable of discovering that, and it is only once that is achieved that you can confide in yourself truly and live peacefully and freely within the society that we exist under. Thank you.